Hello everybody, my name is Jesse from Panda Watch. I know what you're thinking, why am I wearing a hood right now? Well, let me show you. Yep, that happened. I've never had my hair this short. I don't like it, honestly, it's weird. I don't know. Anyway, whatever, just thought, get used to it. Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared 5 is finally out after a long wait, and with only one more to go, we're close to capping off this series. Which is why it kind of surprises me that this episode seems to ask more questions than it answers. A lot of new things have been brought up with this episode, and it makes me wonder, like, how the hell are they gonna end this? Well, either way. Let's dive right into it. So first things first, let me go ahead and tell you what I think this episode is about as a whole. I think we're moving a bit further away from social commentary and instead are going into more about what the characters are going through and what the story's about. A lot of the symbolism that I saw seems to reflect what's going on in the show and what's going on with the characters rather than social commentary, but I do think that there's still social commentary there. You just have to kind of like look a little bit deeper for it. The issues that it kind of focuses on are like conformity, education, and even the sweet embrace of death. When we open up, we can see a shot of the refrigerator with a picture, a drawing, of all three of the puppets sitting at a table. Yet, when we actually get to live action, the red guy is nowhere to be seen. Puppets kind of point out that something seems a little bit off, and then when we go back to the drawing, it appears that the red guy is outside the window, and the green guy has some X's over his eyes. This, of course, foreshadows the bird's death and the red guy being outside trying to communicate with the puppets. Suddenly, a bunch of food begins to sing a musical tune. They ask if the yellow puppet is hungry, and when he says no, they begin to hum. We begin to see the green puppet questioning everything that's going on around him, while the yellow puppet seems a little bit more mesmerized by what's happening. Then the piece of meat puppet says this.
Greedy to eat all that, you'll end up with your teeth all grey.
I think what this is saying is that it's more greedy to put more knowledge of what's happening to you inside of you. That sounded weird. And that by the green guy questioning things, his teeth will turn gray, aka he'll get killed. If the green guy continues questioning things, he's going to be killed. It's after this that we begin to hear the phone ringing. Now, in my opinion, I think that the person calling the phone is the red guy. It's kind of confirmed by the fact that at the end of the video, we see the red guy leaving a phone booth. Plus, the phone is red, so hey, that's a thing. I think that the red guy is trying to call them from the outside world and tell them what is really going on. What is it that's truly going on? Well, I mean, it could be any number of things. They could be in a purgatory. Maybe they're being forced to be in this kid's TV show. I still like to go with the idea that the yellow guy's dad kidnapped them and that this is them after death. I can't fucking let that go, because even though that there's things that don't agree with that, it's just like, it has to be true. I mean, come on. What do I look like to you, an idiot? Anyway, let's continue. We see the green guy answer the phone and he is shown inside of an operating room. He is then shown outside of it being explained more things. So now we see the food puppets explaining the body as if it were a house. They say that bad foods are kicked out of the house, the body, by the good foods. I think that all of this is a representation of the TV house that they live in. All the bad foods that question where they are and what they're doing get kicked out by the good foods. When the green guy says that it doesn't really make any sense, the can kind of interrupts rudely by saying, and the whole do be healthy thing seems to have a lot of significance here. Being healthy in this case means not questioning anything and accepting what you have. You could say this coincides a lot with society today. A lot of people don't want you to question anything. Almost every single organization doesn't want people questioning what's happening or what they're trying to do. It's a lot easier to convince people of something if they don't know the facts and aren't questioning the things that you're doing. In a way, the house could represent societal values, and as we begin to question these societal values and kind of break them, we are kicked out and shunned by the society itself. I mean, I might be getting a little too deep into this, but I mean, it's an analysis video. Whatever. Anyway, the green puppet answers the phone again that was ringing on that tiny house. And he's again interrupted by the food puppet, stating that if he eats all that his gums will go gray. I mean, this ties in perfect with the knowledge aspect. If he continues questioning what's going on and doing things the way he's doing them, they're going to kill him. So now we get an explanation as to what foods are and aren't okay to eat. The foods that are okay consist of extremely plain foods. Bread, cream, white sauce, and aspic are all extremely plain foods. By the way, aspic is like a type of gelatin that they keep meat in. It's super weird. The foods that are bad include fancier foods. Foods such as cooked meat, fruit salad, soil foods, which are just vegetables, and yolks. I think that the food represents knowledge and questioning. You don't want the fancy foods because that's more knowledge, which leads to more questioning. You want the plain foods, which leads to less knowledge and less questioning. So kind of like how in the first one, they teach you that creativity should kind of be stuck within this bubble, which kind of defeats the purpose of creativity. In this one, they're teaching that knowledge should only be in the same kind of bubble. You don't want to be taught too much knowledge, because then you'll be different. And being different's so bad to this point that the green guy completely loses his shit. Freaks out and runs off. During the freak out, we see the red guy appear both in the microwave and for like a split second standing in the kitchen as the camera's falling over. What does that mean? I don't know, maybe he finally actually got a hold of them, got a hold of the green guy, and that was their way of representing that. That is my best guess. Next, we see the green guy in the same room that he was in before, while the yellow guy is being told, don't eat the pizza, eat the plain white sauce, meaning that he shouldn't question what's happening right now. Then he's told, oh wait, don't eat that white sauce, eat this stuff, this can of bird parts. At this point, we see a giant yellow thing eating the insides of the green puppet. I think that this is supposed to be the yellow guy eating the green guy after he had disobeyed. Really, really fucked up. Now with the green guy dead, we see the yellow puppet a lot bigger than he was before. He ate the green puppet and is now the only one left inside the house. We see him getting a call from what is probably the red guy, which is probably signifying what is to come in the last episode. If I'm correct, I think he's gonna be the only one left to question anything, and therefore when he does that, some shit's gonna go down. We're finally gonna get to see what happens to all the puppets and what's going on in the first place. The red guy appears to be okay. He's walking out of a phone booth, but he's actually in the real world now. I mean, I kind of figured he was dead, what with his head exploding and all. Does this mean that the green guy could be alive? Potentially, I mean, maybe. I mean, either way, Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared 6 is going to probably reveal everything. With Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared 6 being the very last one, it's gonna be very bittersweet, but I'm super excited for it. It's gonna answer all the questions, hopefully, or maybe it won't. It'd be funny if it didn't. Anyway, I wanna thank you guys so much for watching this analysis. I doubt I got like everything right. There's probably a lot of things I missed, a lot of little hidden references. But I mean, either way, it's just my opinion. If you have any idea as to what could be going on, please leave them down in the comments below. I really wanna read them. And ask me any questions you want, I'll probably answer them. If you ask me a question in my comments, I'm probably going to answer it. Unless you're being like a douchebag who's like, how many dicks can you suck? The answer is 9, by the way. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Yeah, whoa, hey, all right.